right, people, welcome to the program Citizen Sports, reaching you from 93.7 with me, Maureen Fashimi. Yes, this morning, let's take you around the world of sport as we give you all the updates of what is going on in Nigerian world of sports and other parts of the world. Yes, it was indeed a weekend full of excitement, thrilling canthers from the Nigerian Premier Football League down to the top 5 leagues in Europe as the FIFA window, the FIFA break is over and the league resume over the weekend in Europe. We'll be looking at all of these and Nigerians out in Nigerian sporting contingent, the various sporting events over the weekend. Yes, far away in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria contingent to the Islamic Solidarity game gave a good account of themselves at the game far away in Riyadh. And indeed, it's a commendable outing as the contingent won us various medals in the various events they participated in. So indeed, it was a nice one over the weekend for Nigerian sports. All right, March the 14th in the Nigerian Premier Football League also witnessed some intriguing results and some happenings. All right, we thank God that over the weekend there were no crowd violence. Who is Ebere Chieze, and at the end, Ebere Chieze announced himself with a hat-trick against Tottenham Hotspur. We will also be speaking to a sports stakeholder in Plateau State this morning as we look at Nigerian sports. Yes, but before then, let's start from D Tigers. That's the D Tigers of Nigeria. Sorry, I beg your pardon. We'll be starting from that angle. That is basketball. As Nigerian senior men's basketball team, the D Tigers have departed for Tunis, Tunisia. Well, they will begin their qualifying campaign in the Qatar 2027 FIBA World Cup. Head coach Abraham Mohammed has unveiled a strong 12-man roster led by veteran guard 2015 Afro Basket champion, that is Stanley Okoye, the team's longest serving player. The roster blends overseas talents with home-based stars, reflecting Nigeria's continued commitment to nurturing domestic talent. Among the selected players are 3 home-based standouts, including 2 members of the newly crowned Nigerian champions, Lagos Legends, Chimpa Gaba and Obekpa Chris, as well as Paul Dybala of Boko City Chiefs, whose impressive form earned them a spot on the roster. Yes, the Tigers roster for the 2027 FIBA World Cup qualifiers include Jordan Ogudiran, who plays in Denmark, Ike Wamo of Ankara, Turkey, Mike Doga, Canada, Simon Ugochukwu is based in Italy, perhaps Stanley Okoye, longest serving player, the longest serving member of the team, who is based in Spain. And then we have Paul Dybala of Boko City Chiefs of Nigeria. And then we have Augustine Okafor, United Kingdom. Talib Zana, USA. Chimpa Gaba, Lagos Legends, new champions of the Nigerian Basketball League. It's Chimpa Gaba, who plays for Lagos Legend. Obekpa Chris, also of Lagos Legend. And then we have Udeze Morris Chidera. She is based in Spain. And we have Olisa Akinobi in the United States of America. Yes, the technical crew include the head coach Abraham Mohammed, assistant coach Akindele Ayodeji. We have the second assistant coach Job Nelson, and the video coach Onyebuchi Onyeka. And the 2027 FIBA World Cup African qualifiers will take place across 5 windows from November 2025 to February 2027. 16 teams that qualify for the FIBA Afro Basket 2025 have been drawn into 4 groups of 4. Nigeria will compete in Group C, where they will face Rwanda, Guinea, and Tunisia. Tunisia is the host. Indeed, I believe the Tigers of Nigeria can pick the ticket for the 2027 FIBA World Cup. Still talking basketball this morning. Let's give you this update. The Lagos Legend Basketball Club halted River Super's quest for a 3rd consecutive Nigeria Basketball Premier League title, beating them 74-72, just 2 points in a nail-biting 2025 Final Four decider in Port Harcourt on Sunday. Both teams came into the final game of the season, chasing next year's Basketball League Africa ticket after 2 wins in their opening 2 matches. Lagos Legends, who beat Hoopers 80-79 during the final 8 last month, and their 3-year unbeaten run, started the game like a house on fire, raising to an early lead as Hoopers trailed for most part of the first quarter. The Hoopers, however, nicked the first quarter 2019, but they were given a hot chase in the second quarter by Lagos Legends. Lagos Legends, who ensured they went into the break 32-32. Yes, Rivers Hoopers maintained a tiny lead in the third quarter, keeping the score 52-49. But Lagos Legends were saving their best for the last. Lagos Legend rallied late and tied the game 61-61 at some point. They took a 1-point lead in another moment before Hoopers pegged them back to 70-70 with 39 seconds remaining on the buzzer. Hoopers got 2 additional points, but the Lagos Legends scored 4 more points at the death to win the game and prevent the 2024 BAL bronze medalists from winning a 3rd Nigerian title. The result also meant that Lagos Legends have beaten Hoopers twice in 3 of their meetings this season. Hoopers' only win over them was 89-70 during the inter-group phase. Ultimately, Lagos Legends have also picked the ticket to next year's BAL Africa, taking over from Rivers Hoopers, who have attended the last 2 editions. So congratulations to Lagos Legends, the Nigerian Basketball League champions 2025. It was indeed a nail-biting encounter. It was a fierce battle between the 2 teams as they show size, as they show power, they show resilience, they show strength. But at the end of the day, it is the Lagos Legend that smiled home. Yes, kudos to Lagos Legend. We'll love you guys for taking the trophy, the title this time. Let's see what you do at the next edition of the Basketball League Africa. That is next year. Let's switch a little bit and we'll come back. Nigerian duo of Simidele Adeagbo and Kewe King became the first two-woman bobsleigh team from Africa to compete in the International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation World Cup at the Eugenio Monti Sliding Center in Correntina di Ampezzo, Italy on Sunday. The duo were ranked 25th place with 40 points in the event that was won by Germany's bobsleigh Olympic and world champion Laura Nolte on her 27th birthday. Nolte and her break woman Deborah Levy won the IBSF World Cup in the two-women bobsleigh ahead of USA Kashalov with breakwoman Azaria Hill, while another American, Callie Armbruster Humphries, celebrated her first podium finish in the two-woman bobsleigh World Cup in almost 3 years in Cortina with a third-place finish. Despite being far from the podium, Adeagbo and King's feat were celebrated by the National Sports Commission, according to a statement released yesterday. Said today, November 23rd, 2025, Team Nigeria makes history as the duo of Simidele Adeagbo and Kewe King step onto the ice in Cortina di Ampezzo for their official two-women bobsleigh World Cup race debut. This milestone continues Nigeria's growing presence in global winter sports. Adeagbo has already broken multiple continental barriers, becoming the first African to compete in bobsleigh at the IBSF World Championship and the first African athlete to win an international sled race. The partnership now pushes the frontier even further as they are believed to be Africa's first two-woman bobsleigh team to compete in an IBSF World Cup race, marking a significant breakthrough for the continent. The National Sports Commission celebrates their courage, resilience, and the powerful message they carry for Nigeria and Africa. Their race today is more than participation. It is a signal of new possibilities and new pathways for winter sports athletes across the continent. Earlier this year, Adeagbo reached another milestone in the sport at the IBSF World Cup in St. Moritz, Switzerland, with two top 25 finishes in the women's monobob. Adeagbo, a former triple jumper, has been blazing the trail for Nigeria since becoming active in 2017. In 2018, she finished 20th at the Winter Olympics in South Korea, and she became Nigeria and Africa's first female skeleton athlete. Also in 2022, when I say skeleton, I don't mean dead body. It is what it's called. It's an event in the bobsleigh sport. Also in 2022, Adeagbo became the first African athlete to win an international sledge race after she clinched the women's monobob event at the Euro Cup. Last year, she also became the first African athlete to compete in bobsleigh at the IBSF World Championship in 100-year history of the sport. Wow, the sport is as old as some Nigerians. That is if you are up to 100. The 44-year-old skeleton racer broke the record at the 2024 BMW IBSF World Championship in Winterberg, Germany, where she finished in the top 20 in her World Championship debut. By doing so, she also inked Nigeria's name in history book as the first African nation to be represented in bobsleigh at the World Championships. So good one from King and Adeagbo. Okay, let's quickly come back to the continent. Let's go to the continent now, where Rivers United head coach Finidi George has attributed his side's 3-0 defeat to the champions, that is Pyramids of Egypt, in their CAF Champions League group opener to lapses in concentration and costly errors in the second half. Yes, the former Nigerian champions held the Egyptian champions, the CAF Champions League, the defending champions, to a goalless draw in the first half, but capitulated in the second half of proceedings as they fell 3-0 to the champions, the defending champions. Yes, the Nigerian side held the defending champions to a goalless draw first half at the 30th June Stadium in Cairo on Saturday, before collapsing after the restart as Egyptian forward Ahmed Atef El Said struck a decisive hat-trick. Finidi admitted that Pyramid's quality was never in doubt, but stressed that his players contributed to their own downfall through unforced mistakes, particularly in key moments. He said, "We know that the team we played is a good team, so we knew that. At the same time, the goals came from mistakes from us, especially in the first half. We know we had to play the whole match next week." Yes, the difference between the first half and the second half was just concentration. At that point, the final mistake was the turning point of the match. If we had not made that mistake, I think the game would have gone a little bit longer and nobody knows what could have happened. Finidi also highlighted Rivers United missed opportunities in attack. He continued, he said one or two opportunities came, but the final pass was not good enough. So yes, the first half ended goalless. I think we did well in the first half of the game. In the second half, I think their first goal came from a big mistake from our players. And with a team like this, from that moment, they got the second goal and the third goal. At that point, we knew the game was over. A good first half, and the second half was not as good as the first half. That was the difference. He said the team was now shift focus to next week's fixture, emphasizing the importance of mental preparation. Yes, Rivers United must now regroup as they prepare to host Moroccan champions RS Berkane at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in New York on Friday, seeking a response that will keep their Champions League hopes alive in a competitive Group B. Yes, if they can hold on to the first half performance and then continue like that against RS Berkane of Morocco on Friday at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, I think they are going to get a decent result. Even if not a win, probably maybe a draw. But we hope and pray that Rivers United get the maximum 3 points at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in their second Group B game on Friday. Okay, the National Sports Commission has praised Team Nigerian historic outing at the 2025 Islamic Solidarity Games in Riyadh after the country achieved its best performance at the event, finishing 8 on the overall medals table with 30 medals. Nigeria ended the competition with 11 gold, 12 silver, and 7 bronze to secure Africa's second best placement behind Egypt as Turkey topped the standings with 155 medals. They surpassed their previous best performance at the Games, recorded in Baku in 2017, when they won 4 medals in athletics, 3 silver and 1 bronze. The result continues what the National Sports Commission described as a remarkable year for the country. Nigeria competed in 7 sports and won medals in all of them, covering taekwondo, boxing, athletics, wrestling, weightlifting, para-powerlifting, and para-athletics. Weightlifting contributed the highest number of medals with 6 gold, 4 silver, and 3 bronze, while athletics followed with 2 gold, 4 silver, and 3 bronze. Wrestling earned 2 gold and 2 silver. Para-powerlifting produced 1 gold. Boxing and para-athletics secured 1 silver each. Taekwondo completed the tally with a bronze medal. The commission said the outcome in Rio reflects its strategy of selecting only athletes with strong podium prospects for major competition. The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Bukola Olopade, hailed the achievement and said the result validates the Commission's renewed approach to athlete development. Olopade added that the outing has set a performance standard for upcoming global competition. He concluded that the historic finish presents a defining moment for the country's sporting programs and strengthens Nigeria's position as a rising force in global multi-sports events. All right, congratulations. Thumbs up to all of the winners at the just concluded Islamic Solidarity Games in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This morning, this morning we will speak with one of the sports stakeholders in Plateau State. That is in the person of Michael Abba. Let me call the full name, Michael Abba Idoko, who is a sports stakeholder in Plateau State and himself a former athlete. And he in fact, let me say he's an all-round sports person. Michael, welcome to Citizen Sports FM this morning. How is Jos this morning? How's the weather condition in Jos?
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very okay. Thanks for having me, Sports Senator.
Okay, let's go straight to business quickly. If we look at over the weekend, we are still having the disappointment of the Super Eagles not going to the World Cup, but we have something to cheer about. Our team that just went to the Islamic Solidarity Games in Riyadh, at least gave a good account of themselves, finishing 8th overall on the medals table and coming back with quite a number of medals with 11 gold, 12 silver, and 7 bronze medals with a total of 155. They had 11 gold, 12 silver, and 7 bronze medals, making 30.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one for Nigeria, particularly the athletics. We got a couple of medals there. Of course, it's a way to take our minds away from the disappointment. Back-to-back World Cups, we will not be there. I mean, in 2022, we couldn't make it, and here it is, 2026, glaring before our very eyes. that we will be nowhere to be found when the World Cup comes, and for the fact that we know that Nigeria is supposed to be the giant of Africa, and then here we are crumbling like a pack of cards. I mean, it's a sad one, but thanks to, the Islamic Games, at least it shows that there's still some sporting activities that giving us little glimmer of hope that we are still relevant in the sports world, perhaps not the FIFA World Cup.
Okay, not the FIFA World Cup. And we've seen the 12-man roster for the D Tigers, who will be going to Tunis for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. That is for 2027 FIBA World Cup for May. And we've seen a roster of 12 players being put together. Do you think the team can overcome with these players, a blend of foreign stars, and we have 3 home base in the squad?
Yes, definitely. We know that the Nigerian league has been crumbling for years due to the administrative issues, but then the league has tried to revive itself. The Northern and, of course, the Southern, as they call it, Savannah Conference. So far, there's been a final 8, and then
the final 4. Lagos Legends just won the title over the weekend over Rivers Hoopers.
Rivers Hoopers, yes, exactly. And there are just a few players to pick from the nation. So it comes to me as no surprise that perhaps only 3 players were considered. I just hope that with the experience, many of our players play internationally, and we must confess, when it comes to basketball, we are an authority. That's the truth, and I still expect the team to come out tops. I still expect the Tigers to shine bright like a diamond, and it doesn't. I'm not scared. I'm more confident in the Tigers than the Super Eagles, to be honest with you.
Okay, you're more confident than the Tigers than the Super Eagles. For the Super Eagles, we cannot. I think this disappointment will, until the World Cup is over, that is when we will have, let me say, a relief until that World Cup comes and go. But even though we will still feel it, we'll be feeling the hot. Okay, let's quickly look at the Nigerian Premier Football League over the weekend. Some interesting games over the weekend. We'll talk football now. At least we love what we've seen so far in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Improvements on the teams, the competitiveness, and the officiating as well.
Yes, no doubt. Yesterday we saw, I think, about 2 victories or 3 victories and 4 draws. It shows that teams can comfortably pick points away. And we saw Warri Wolves, Kun Khalifat, and the rest of them. Nasarawa United continues to, shine. A former Plateau United coach, now coaching Nasarawa United, and they have maintained the lead since the blast of the whistle at the beginning of the season, and they've never looked back. They may be on top of the league, but they're actually, to me, the surprise of the season, knowing how dwindling the fortunes of Nasarawa United were last season. And we have Ikorodu City also right there. I think they finished 5th last season, and this season we're seeing them, holding a tight grip, trying to stay in the top 2, top 3 all season long. The most difficult team to beat, I must confess. From last season to this season, I even heard the Lagos government is sinking in monies just to, encourage this team and keep them up. But then, my own Plateau United is, we still have a game in hand. We couldn't play Rivers United because of international, intercontinental. So we may be 16, but we still have an outstanding, which I believe a victory would catapult us further, at least to the top end of the season.
Okay, a victory for Plateau United. Let's talk about Plateau United quickly. What is the main problem of that team? The struggles and the struggle has also continued this new season.
Actually, Plateau United would have finished fifth last season, but 3 points deduction and then 3 goals deduction saw them finish seventh, opposed to the previous season when we finished fifth. And so far this season, they started with back-to-back losses, and losing, I think, the first 6 points of the season, even though they have won every other home game, but then they have also lost every other away game, and that's why we are where we are. But the team needs to find a way to, grab points outside, grab away points. I think that's the only way to get to the first half of the table. They've been winning comfortably at home, at least apart from the first game of the season at home that we lost to Katsina United 2-1. Since then, we've not lost any game at home. We've beaten Remo Stars, we've beaten Eyimba, we've beaten Barao FC, we've beaten virtually every other team that has come visiting. We wanted to annihilate Rivers United, but they should thank their stars that they went in Continental.
Okay, before I let you go, I know this will be icing on the cake for you. Is it the season of Arsenal?
Yes, definitely. Very cheesy.
I know.
But he's the best number 10 in the Premier League right now. In England, he's the best number 10. And I wonder what will happen when he decides to eventually, leave. When Odegaard comes, I don't know how this team is going to, be connected, because Odegaard has been the heart and soul of the team, and now we just realized we have a better number 10. I don't see it wise for Arteta to shift Eberechi to the wings, because he has shown that he's a master class when it comes to midfield maestro. He has shown what the true number 10 is. Eberechi is what Nigeria has been missing in that our midfield, and it's unfortunate that he's playing for England. I tell you what, by February, Arsenal should be comfortably perhaps 15 points ahead, and they should just give the league to Arsenal, if possible, in December. And I must say, it's
okay.
Not Tottenham should look at their mates.
Okay. All right, Michael, this is where I'll let you go, because I know you are happy Arsenal got that win, but let's see how it ends. So they still have quite a number of games to the end of the season, but we cannot take that away from Arsenal. I think they are the team to beat right now, because they are playing so well. They have depth in the team. Every department is complete, from the goalkeeping position down to the attack. Let's see, the season come May 2026, we will definitely know who is going to be crowned champions of the English Premier Football League. Michael, thanks for stopping by on the show this morning. It's a good one having you.
Thank you very much. I'm yours truly, MC Magnet. Until next time, I'm out.
All right, that is Michael talking to us this morning. Yes, he says possibly if they can give Arsenal the title by next month, December. Yes, indeed, Arsenal are playing well. But let's start now to give you the results of games played over the weekend, all in Nigeria and then in Europe. right, before we start from the Nigerian Premier Football League, let's start from the home front, where the Rodney Youth Football League witnessed an exciting conclusion to the last round of quarter-final games across all categories. That is 3 categories: under 6, under 10, and under 15, showcasing talent, determination, and competitive spirit that defines the tournament. Yes, in the under 6 category, Asawa FA lost by 2 goals to nothing to Supertech FA. Then Jibri FA pipped Kuchingoro FA by a goal to nothing. Yes, in the under 10 category, it was decided via penalties between Supertech FA and Hawks FA. Hawks FA won the contest 5-4 on penalties over Supertech FA. And then Best Development FA defeated Impressive FA by 2 goals to nothing. In the under 15 category, Impressive FA lost by a lone goal to Kuchingoro FA. So Kuchingoro winning 1-0. And then Supertech FA and Hawks FA also finished in the under 15 category via penalties. And Hawks FA beating Supertech FA by 5 to 4 via penalties. After an impressive display during the first round, the highly anticipated Supertech FA managed to secure qualification for only one of their 3 teams, highlighting intensity and competitiveness of the league. By next weekend, the semi-final will begin with a lot of exciting fixtures. Yes, definitely we'll be bringing you the fixtures of the semi-final pairing on the show. As you know, it is the tradition of the league to present certificates to MVPs of the games played. That's why David Ichumudu of Jibri FA and Obasanjo Bright of Supertech FA won the MVPs in the under 6, and then in the under 10, Uchi Ame of Hawks FA and Samson Ibe, the Best Development FA, won the MVPs in the under 10. In the under 15 category, in the under 15 category, Thomas Omo of Kuchingoro FA and Okpayemi Ademola of Hawks FA both went home with the MVP certificate. So by next weekend, it's going to be the semi-final pairing. All right, let's come back and go straight to the Nigerian Premier Football League over the weekend, as Abia Warriors and Pendle Insurance played out a goalless draw in Aba. Enugu Rangers beat Niger Tornadoes by a lone goal, as Kwara United and Shooting Stars of Ibadan in the Southwest Derby also ended goalless. Remo Stars of Ikene defeated Barawa FC of Kano 2-0. Nasarawa United climbed back to the top of the table after their victory over Academy Warriors at the Lafayette Township Stadium. The game ended 3-0 in favor of Nasarawa United. Yes, the game between Kun Khalifat and Warri Wolves ended 1-1 at the Ogara Township Stadium, while Wiki Tories and Bayelsa United also played out a 1-1 draw. Yes, other fixtures will come up today, and we will give you the fixtures in the course of the show. Okay, let's go to Europe and give you the the English Premier Football League results over the weekend, as Aston Villa went to Elland Road and defeated Leeds United by 2 goals to 1. Yes, in the London Derby, Arsenal hammered Tottenham Hotspur, with Eberechi scoring a hat-trick in that game. They beat Tottenham Hotspur, their fellow London neighbors, of 4-1 in ended at the Emirates Stadium. Yes, Burnley lost to Chelsea at their home ground by 2 goals to nothing, as AFC Bournemouth and West Ham United ended on the 2-2 draw. Brighton beat Brentford. Brighton continue to defy the odds this season They beat Brentford by 2-1. Yes, assist from Samuel Chukwueze. Yes, helped Fulham to beat Sunderland by a lone goal at the Craven Cottage. That game ended 1-0 in favor of Fulham. Yes, Liverpool. What is happening to the team that won the league last season? Yes, they suffered a defeat at Anfield as Nottingham Forest under their new manager. Yes, the second Premier League game win for Nottingham Forest under new manager Sean Dyche as they beat Liverpool by 3-0. That game was played at Anfield, the home ground of the Reds. Yes, Crystal Palace also went far away to Molineux to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2-0. Yes, Newcastle United dented Manchester City's hope by beating Manchester City as Newcastle United at the St. James's Park by 2-0. By 2-1, beg your pardon, that game ended 2-1 in favor of Newcastle United. Yes, before that game, Pep Guardiola said yes, their season just started, and the season just began. And indeed, Newcastle United welcomed him and told him yes, the season didn't just start now, the season started in August. So it is what it is. At St. James's Park, it was 2-1 against Manchester City. Yes, Arsenal extended their lead on the table with that with the beating of Tottenham Hotspur. Arsenal is standing on 29 points with 18 goal difference. Chelsea are second now after 12 games with 23 points. Chelsea moved to the second position as Manchester City were hoping to move up closer to Arsenal. Now drops to the third position with 22 points. Aston Villa moves to the fourth position with 21 points. Crystal Palace also moving to the fifth position with 20 points as Brighton is now sixth with 19 points. Sunderland remains seven, now drops to the seventh position with 19 points. AFC Bournemouth after that draw has 19 points on the eighth position. Tottenham Hotspur now drops to the ninth position with 18 points. Manchester United are 10th to complete the first half of the table with a game in hand with +1 goal difference and 18 points. Leeds United now find themselves in the drop zone with -11 goal difference and 11 points to their name. Burnley drops to 19th position with -10 goals and 10 points as Wolverhampton Wanderers continue to remain at the bottom of the table with -20 goal difference and 2 points. What can save this team? Well, let's see. Okay, let's go straight to the Spanish La Liga as Deportivo Alaves lost to Celta Vigo by a lone goal. Barcelona defeated Athletic Bilbao 4-0. Yes, they have returned to their home ground, that is Camp Nou, and they opened Camp Nou with a victory over Athletic Bilbao. 4-0. That game ended. Real Sociedad went away to defeat Osasuna by 3-1 as Villarreal beat Real Mallorca 2-1. Yes, Real Oviedo played out a goalless draw with Rayo Vallecano. Yes, Real Betis won, Girona won. Yes, for Antony, he was red-carded in that game. Atletico Madrid beat Getafe 1-0. Yes, Elche. Real Madrid came from behind to pull a 2-2 draw with Elche. In the German Bundesliga over the weekend also, Augsburg won Hamburger SV 0. Bayern Munich beat Freiburg by 6-2. Borussia Dortmund 3, VfB Stuttgart 3. Borussia Mönchengladbach beat FC Heidenheim by 3-0. Wolfsburg won by Leverkusen 3, FC Cologne 3, and Eintracht Frankfurt 4 in a 7-goal thriller. RB Leipzig beat Werder Bremen 2-0. St. Pauli lost at home to Union Berlin by a lone goal. Also in the Italian Serie A, despite his heroic showing from penalty save, he couldn't save his team from losing to Bologna. Yes, Cagliari and Genoa played a 3-3 draw in the Italian Serie A. Udinese lost at home to Bologna by 3-0, despite the heroic showing of Nigerian Super Eagles goalkeeper Maduka Okoye, as he could not prevent his team, despite saving a penalty in that game, could not prevent his team from losing 3-0 in favor of Udinese. In favor of Bologna, yes, Fiorentina and Juventus played out a 1-1 draw. Napoli defeated Atalanta by 3-1. Hellas Verona 1, Parma 2, Cremonese 1, AS Roma 3. Lazio defeated Lecce by 2-0. In the Milan derby, yes, AC Milan beat Inter Milan 1-0. Both teams play in the same stadium. But it was Inter that is the home team in this particular encounter. So the Milan derby went to the Rossoneri. That is AC Milan. It ended 1-0 in favor of AC Milan. All right, in the French Ligue 1, Lens 1, Strasbourg 0, Rennes 4, AS Monaco 1. Yes, Paul Pogba are playing 5 minutes in that game. Indeed, it was a standing ovation for Paul Pogba. After 118 days of no football action for Paul Pogba, he finally touched the round leather object over the weekend in their defeat to Rennes. So Rennes defeated AS Monaco 4-1. But despite that defeat, Paul Pogba is back. It is what it is. Paris Saint-Germain defeated Le Havre by 3-0. Auxerre played out a goalless draw with Lyon. Brest 3, Metz 2. Nantes 1, Lorient 1. Yes, for Awazim, our Super Eagles defender, he scored both goals. He scored an own goal for Nantes and so got the equalizer. So it ended 1-1 between Nantes and Lorient. Angers won Toulouse near. Lee hammered Paris FC. That's the team of Moses Simon by 4-2. So Loxley 4, Paris FC 2. Yes, before we go, CR7 Cristiano Ronaldo scored a stoppage time bicycle kick to cap Al Nassr's 4-1 victory over Al Khalej in their Saudi Pro League clash on Sunday night at the Al Wal Park in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Al Nassr dominated early with João Felix at the heart of action. After 2 disallowed goals, the Portuguese forward finally broke the deadlock in the 39th minute, finishing a low cross into the bottom right corner. 3 minutes later, Felix won possession high up the pitch and set up Wesley, who called a superb shot into the top corner to give the hosts a 2-0 lead at halftime. Al Khalej started the second half brightly, powerful strike into the top corner of the post, but Al Nassr regained control as the game wore on. Sadio Mane restored the 2-goal lead in the 77th minute, reacting quickest to a loose ball to call home a fine first-time finish. The visitors, however, the visitors' hope of comeback faded further when Kobeli was shown a straight red card for stamping on Al Hassan's foot in the 90th minute. Ronaldo, who had earlier been denied several times by goalkeeper Morris, had a goal ruled out for offside, finally got his moment in added time. In the 90th plus 6 minute, he connected acrobatically with a floating cross from Bouchal, sending a bicycle kick past Morris to seal the victory. The 40-year-old records his 954th career goal, has now scored 10 goals in 9 league appearances this season. The win extends Al Nassr's push for a 9th straight victory as they continue their strong run into the Saudi Pro League with 27 points. All right, this is where the cookies crumble on the show this morning, as the show will make a return tomorrow with exciting time and exciting stories on the station that is part of your life, the station that talks, Citizen FM 93.7. Say thanks for listening. Up next is Inside with Lawrence Moite. I think, and I know, I'm out of the studio right now. Have yourself a wonderful brand new week and a good day as well. Bye for now.